Hello, and thank you everyone for joining me this Sunday for another episode of The Chamber Within. This week I want to talk about what love is. And quite simply, love is a vibration, and you are either in it, which is in the state of love, or of it, which is to be composed of love, or rather the physical embodiment of love. The physical embodiment of love is to be an example of said love. And what that means is a particular allowance to the frequency of acceptance, creation, an unyielding flow of constant, pure, positive energy, um, where you can actually feel, if you were standing next to someone who was an embodiment of love, you can actually feel this warm, inviting, high vibe. Um, a lot like when my guides are around me, I can feel this very warm, high vibrational kind of um, envelope around me of um, it's an embracing of my spirit is the best way that I can describe it. But think of love as water, and we are the pipes that allow or disallows it to flow through. You can open your valves, you can cut them off, you can direct the flow, but we're not personal curators of it. You can for sure decide to gatekeep it, dispense to those in your life for many reasons, or withhold it for just as many reasons. But love is a living vibration. That's why it's so powerful. We are all valves that allow it to pass through us or not. You can certainly feel it. And what you would be feeling is this wonderful, high vibratory state of being. It can overtake us when we see others and are inspired by their lives or stories. Your eyes well up with tears, and you feel that connectedness that you feel for a complete stranger from another part of the world. You know that feeling? That is love, compassion, those good feelings that you feel when you see another human being and it overwhelms you to the point of bringing you to tears or filling your heart with joy. When you share a deep hug and it feels so good that you don't want to let go, that's love. That's obvious, but it's not a feeling that is coming from you. You are in that state. The comfort that you have around those who are the most trusted people you know, or you fall asleep next to your significant other very, very fast. You feel comforted, you feel safe. That's love. One night when I was crying my eyes out and I felt a wash come over me and it was warm and it went through me. It felt like home. That was love. I know that was my guides reaching out to me to comfort me. Um, but that was the very first time I had felt that. This was before I had really mastered meditation. This was at the start of my awakening journey, and it lulled me to sleep, like I had mentioned before. But when I'm in my most favorite state of meditation and I am warmed up, I can feel a current all around me that also permeates my physical body. That is love. Um, it feels like being at the beach and there you feel the movement all around you. Like if you can picture it, you're in a body of water and you can feel the moving all around you, but it's not violent, right? It's a slight movement. It is definitely moving. There's definitely healing. The healing waters is the best way to describe it is like being in a body of water of total acceptance. If you have the time, I seriously recommend listening to uh, a YouTube video. It's called Opening to Love. It's by Paul Selig, last name spelled Selig. He is a channel, and he channels what they call themselves as the guides, or Melchizedek, when he asks for a name in one of his books. I love the books. It's about 12 of them. Like I had mentioned last week, I did curate a list of books If you're interested in that, there's um, my TikTok page where I have videos where I show you the books that I have, in different videos, but like a full list of 45 books on what they did for me and what I think it could do for you, or what you may be searching for in a particular book. It's like a whole breakdown. It's also available on my TikTok page if you wanted to take a look at the books that may speak to you. And again, if you just want to look at the videos and see the books, that's great too. I think I have like a lot of them on there as well, without explanation. But that's how I started my journey. I saw book lists, um, from many different creators, and it just was a great help. So I want to be a great help, to those out there who are looking. But I digress. Paul Selig, um, Opening to Love on YouTube, and it is just the greatest description of love and healing. I found it very healing. So, how we are in our day to day lives, they also address, and how we don't accept or allow the love that is readily about us, because we have provided reasonings and descriptors for what love should or shouldn't be and who's worthy of it. That person's a stranger, or that person's a bad person. They're not worthy of love. Listen, love is like the sun, it doesn't shine on these people here and not those over there. Love is available for everyone. We just have a way, a very, very small, microscopic, or um, that's not what I want to say. Um, we have a very small view, um, myopic view. That's the word I'm looking for. A myopic view of how things should be: right, wrong, worthy, not worthy. This person is more important than the other, specialness, all of these really divisive, um, descriptions for who is and isn't worthy of love. So, check it out, please, if you have the time. So when my mother had passed away and I dreamt of her, a couple months later, we were on a bench in a garden. And the feeling that I felt in my chest when we had our final goodbyes is a portion of this great love vibratory frequency. Um, that's what I look for when I meditate now. I can recognize it. That's how it feels when my guides communicate with me. They come through also with a feeling of love. It's not just I have a picture in my mind, or I may hear a word or two when they come through. It's a warmth that wraps me. And this, I, if you are familiar with what I'm speaking of, please feel free to leave a comment. I'm so interested to see who else has experienced this. But that's how I know that, it's a vibration, that it is higher. It's lighter. It feels like food for my soul. It feeds me. It is like water to me if I was a plant. It's a recognizable current. It's powerful, transformative, and it will forever change how you see the world around you. For me, what that change looks like is that I see my siblings and other humans, right? I have no allegiance to any aspect of my being to the detriment of another. No specialness. I love being a woman. It doesn't mean I don't like men. I love being an American. It doesn't mean I don't like people from other countries. So that's what I mean by I have no allegiance to any aspect of myself to the detriment of another individual. Because um, I know that this isn't the only form that I've taken. I've seen that. It's like having allegiance to a Honda. And be like, oh, look at that Chrysler over there. Such an awful vehicle. In fact, you may have driven a Chrysler, or you will be driving a Chrysler next. It's that foolish to be wrapped up in an identity that is only for a short time. I'm going to be in this vehicle for X amount of years, and then I'm going to let it go and have another vehicle after that. So, with um, experiencing love, experiencing meditation, experiencing myself in more than just this body, which was very trippy. Um, it just opened up my world. It expanded my world to not take things so seriously. I guess is the first thing, because I used to be really hard on myself, and I would get depressed when I started my journey because that's a very high, and then you have to live your day to day. You have to come back down. You have to handle bills, or make dinner. You know, speak to people in your life who may sometimes only have something negative to say about someone else, and I just wasn't into that anymore. I don't care to hear about how someone else is awful, because I had experienced this very high. So I would sort of try to um, mediate disagreements or things like that, and it's very draining. But my point is this: it is transformative to the point that it refocuses, it reshifts um, your focus in life to where it's a higher focus. You can see your story and not be so moved by it. Or you can have something negative happen. And you're like, this is temporary. This is not. Um, this is not going to shatter me. I am very grounded in who I am as a being, and this isn't the end of the world. This is, you know, something that I don't prefer to happen, but there's an ebb and flow to life. So it's very uh, it's a lesson that I think I've greatly appreciated for sure, but that has helped me to re-see my life, and therefore allowed me to re-see others in my life. And that's all. Thank you so much for joining me this week. Next week, I want to talk about fear and how it is an undercurrent to so many things, so many choices, and how to release that fear and how it comes in stages. But fear has a hold on us that I'd really like to begin to tackle, because another great lesson in my life was how to not let it tell me, not let it lie to me and tell me what I cannot do, cannot have, or make me feel unworthy. But again, that's for next week. If you would like to reach out to me, I have to set up an email, but if you'd like to reach out to me via social media, you can find me on TikTok at the_chamber_within, or you can find me on Substack, which is at Dawn Arden, DAWNARDEN. Substack is where I house all of my podcasts and my writing about my experiences. I hope you have a wonderful week, and I will see you next week. Talk to you later. Bye.